So, hello everyone. My name is Jason, and I'm a channeler, and I'm here for Daily Dose of Hope. This is Daily Dose of Hope Day 116, and a Daily Dose of Hope is just that. My guides guided me to come on if I wanted to give a daily dose of hope, because the energies on our planet are starting to increase, and they have been increasing. And when they do, things get a little bit wacky. And if you're not really prepared for it, it can get wacky. And one of the things that can also happen is that even if you're prepared for it, the people around you might not be prepared for it, and they might start getting wacky. And so, it's important to just hold down the fort. This is kind of like the time to hold down the fort. Um, that's what this is the transition. This is the transition time that we came down here for. All of us light workers, we're entering, we're going into it. And so the biggest, most important part of this transition time is like making sure that everyone's okay, and like that people are not worried too much, or freaking out about what's going on, and just maintaining peace, maintaining my situational awareness, but staying in a state of peace, and not of judgment, and of just letting things play out as they need to play out. Um, that's what we're here to do. And so, yeah, and that's what I'm here to help with this daily dose of hope. And the daily dose of hope have three parts. The first is a talk, and then the second is a channeling, and then a pocket of peace, which is a meditation. So yesterday I had quite a lot of trouble getting on. It was very interesting. Um, the message that I was trying to get out was, I guess, a bit of one that wasn't really, I guess it was a fiery message for some reason. I didn't think it was. It was just kind of a simple message. But for whatever reason, that was how it happened. And so I had to cut it off, and I tried 3 times, and then I had to go to Rumble and broadcast from Rumble, and it was, yeah. And then the quality of the video was really bad. It was broken up and really hard to listen to. Um, but anyway, that's what that was about yesterday. It was just about clearing energy. That's basically my whole thing recently, is clearing energy, not only in my own body but in different places. That there is energy to be cleared, and if you are aware of it and you understand how it works and you're called to clear it, then that's part of the process as well. Um, so, but I guess I have just a very short thing I want to talk about, and then I'm going to go directly into the channeling. So this is just about energy, about feeling energy. So in the channeling course that I'm running, we have this thing about one of the Claire ascensions, I think it is. Uh, what is it called? Methods, is to imagine just walking around your town and picking up all of the different energies that you can pick up around the town. And so I was talking with a friend today, and he lives in one part of town, and he was saying that, so he came to my guitar studio today, like I was teaching, and he came, and he was saying that whenever he comes to the part of the town that my guitar studio is in, he says it's like it just feels so bright and kind of hopeful. But he said that his part of town is kind of, um, what's the word? It's sad but relaxed. I thought it was so interesting. This one city, we have so many different areas with different energies. And then another student was talking today about, there were these, before the big second war. I don't even know if I'm supposed to. I can't even talk about that, for they'll cut me off. The big second war that happened, um, before that in Japan, and even now, there were like almost like a lower caste of people in Japan, and they had these like specific places in the town where they would live, and I had read about this, and I knew about it, but the culture is gone now after World War II. It's not there. Well, it's still there. There's still families that but come from that lineage, but it's not something that people talk about. And for me, it's fascinating. But so, um, my student was saying that her mother used to have a friend who was, she couldn't walk or something. She was disabled, and she was a member of that community. And so her mother used to take her there as a kid and take her to that town to give food to that woman's family because they were there. I think they were starving. And and so I thought that was, and she was saying that when she was a kid, she was only what, like 8 or something, and she remembers going to that part of town and feeling like a difference in the energy. Like it's just a different, it's not like the same, kind of a different energy. And I thought this is very interesting that all of us have this very, we have this ability to experience and to pick up on this the energetics of a room or the energetics of a town, and of a city. And like that's like one of my pastimes is just walking around cities, like, and just picking up energy. Yeah, I'm an exciting guy. Woohoo, right? We definitely want to hang out with that guy, right? Yeah. But but it's just something that interests me, and just picking up on all of the different energies, um, and wondering where they come from, and then kind of talking with my guides about the energies, and it's kind of just, I'm just studying different energies and how they work and what makes them tick, I guess. And so I thought that was just an interesting, that was the theme for today for some reason. And I found a new place in my city to check out. Haha. And just so there was a part of the city that used to be that area, but now it's all rebuilt and you can't really tell. But I'm sure there's the remnant of that energy there, and I'd like to go and check it out. So yeah, so it's all about clearing, sensing energy, and clearing when it is necessary, but not clearing willy nilly like I used to do. Like anytime I sense something negative, like I'm gonna try to clear this energy. And I realized at times I went into places I was way over my head, and just, yeah. And my guides were like, relax, chill out. This is not the place. So that's my spiel for today. And let's go into a channeling. Here we go. By the way, nice to meet you and nice to see you again. All right, so here we go. And my question for today is, maybe if they want to just go talk more about energies, and yeah, talk more about energies or anything else they need to tell us. Here we go. Hmm. Greetings, everyone. We are that one that you know of as Sandalphon. We're happy to be here with all of you in this wonderful time on your planet. I am very happy to help all of you to working with grounding and working with the inner earth and the outer earth. Uh, I have taken this guide into the inner earth a few times to show him around, and I have taken many of you into the inner earth and dream state to show you around and to make connections, to help you to connect with people from the inner earth. And what we'd like to say today is that what this being is talking about energy, is a very important thing. What he is doing at this moment, he is in a sense a collector of emotional landscapes. You see, the landscape on your planet, the emotional landscape or the energetic landscape on your planet is shifting and changing. And so that a lot of the feelings that this being might pick up in different parts of towns will be starting to shift into a higher frequency. And so those frequencies and those feelings will be gone, except for stored in memory and stored in memory. And that is one of the things that this being is doing, is collecting many of these feeling states, these emotional states, these feelings of places, in order to call them up and to understand how they work. And this will be part of his healing work when he goes on to work with other beings in different dimensions and galaxies. But all of you are also in this ability. You have this ability to pick up these emotions. And so this is what has Esmeralda, who this being often channels, talks about: enjoy these last vestiges of the third dimension, because they will not be there for very much longer. And those energies that are there, at times they can be up, at times they can be down, but they won't be there at a certain point. And all of the energies will be high. And that will be a wonderful thing. But some of you will feel a bit of nostalgia for that time and those energy states. And that is fine, and that is a wonderful thing as well, because that is what you came down here to do, to experience all of these different energetic states and to balance them within your own energetic system, to pass through many different energetic systems, and then also to be able to balance yourself, to be able to walk through it without being affected by that energy too much, or to be able to walk through it, but be able to hold your own energy. And that is one of the things that you had been practicing here on this planet. And that is why there are so many of these different experiences. But the experiences will start to change as the energy shifts. And those types of experiences will no longer be there. But there will be even more experiences that will be so much grander that you will, most of you probably forget about all of that because there will be so much beautiful work to do, so much energetic work to do. And the feeling will be so high as well. You see the highs and the lows on your planet. For those of you who have been on this planet for a few decades, you have been able to experience many different highs and many different lows. But what is happening now is that the low frequencies are being cut out. And so enabling more of the high frequencies to come in. It is a frequency bandwidth. For those of you who are familiar with how music, for example, works, for example, an MP3 files or your AAC files, MP4 files. They work by cutting out certain frequencies that the ear cannot hear. But you pick up with your nervous system, but the ear does not necessarily hear them. For example, anything over 20,000 hertz or below 20 hertz, you do not pick it up consciously, but unconsciously you do hear it. But it is not a big change. But what is happening is that those lower frequencies are being cut so that the frequency can rise up higher, and so that your natural state of experience will be one of bliss, one of bliss. So there will not be such a wild roller coaster of motion, but in a sense, it will be because you this sense of bliss, but then a higher sense of bliss, and then an even higher sense of bliss. These senses of bliss that many of you probably have not experienced yet, but the base level will be one of bliss, and that will enable you to follow your dreams and follow your heart more. So you won't have to contend with all of these lower emotions and all of these lower frequencies. Now, that is not to say that they were a negative thing. They were part of your experience here. You wanted to experience this and you wanted to be able to maneuver your way around them. But that time is ending and the time for experiencing the higher frequencies is coming. And there is much work to do. Beautiful and wonderful work of the heart, work of you bringing down more of heaven to this planet. We are that one that you know of as sandalphon. All right. So all right. So let's do a quick pocket of peace for bringing down. What are we trying to do here? Pocket of peace for, yeah. What is it for? I don't know. To experience bliss. Let's do bliss. All right, so this is a pocket of peace on June 24th, 2024, 9:43 at night here in Japan, on a muggy, muggy night in the plum ray season. And we're going to do a pocket of peace to bring more bliss to all of you so that your base state is a state of bliss. Here we go. So I'd like all of you to take a deep breath, a few deep breaths if you'd like, and breathe in through your stomach. And with each in-breath, I'd like you to just take in just this positive, wonderful, warm energy. And breathe out all of the stress and all the worries. And then I'd like you to imagine that you're surrounded by this light mist of unconditional love, and it just surrounds you like a very nice, comfortable blanket, and it just hugs you and it makes you feel so comfortable and so at home. You just feel like you're at home. I'm home. And this blanket of unconditional love is just unconditional love for you. And this is what you are. This is what God feels for you. This is what Source feels for you. unconditional love, because that is what source is and that is what you are. And so you're just experiencing your true self uh, beneath all of the images that you've created. That's the truth. And that is just love. And that's who you are. You're perfect exactly the way you are. And you're loved. There's nothing to regret. There's nothing to worry about. It's just love. And I'd like you to just feel that energy and just around you, and then just spread it out into the room that you're in. And then I'd like you to add something to this energy. And this is the energy of bliss, of just pure bliss. You just feel like so happy. This wonderful feeling of lightness and happiness and just so content. The happiest day of your life times 100, times 1,000. And it's just wonderful. And you're just feeling this wonderful bliss energy with this unconditional love. And then I'd like you just to expand that bliss and unconditional love energy throughout your town, your county, your city, and then the whole world. The whole world is surrounded by this feeling of unconditional love and bliss. So people all over the world are just stopping what they're doing and saying, yeah, I feel really good. I feel loved. I feel like I'm okay. I feel like I'm home, even though I'm not even home. I feel like I'm truly home right now. And I just feel bliss, happier than I've ever felt. This is the happiest that I've ever felt times 1,000. I just this pure bliss energy. What is this? This is amazing. And just imagine everyone around the planet just feeling this energy. Oh, just wrapped up in this unconditional love and bliss. Phew. All right, and this is Pocket of Peace. This Pocket of Peace is for you. You can use this whenever you want. You can download this energy or you can make it yourself. But this is for you, this bliss and this unconditional love. May it serve you well. Um, yeah. So thank you guys very much for joining in. I appreciate that. And I hope you are all hopeful. And thank you all for all of your wonderful comments. And yeah, I really appreciate it. Very kind of all of you. So ciao. Ciao for now. Hopefully see you guys tomorrow if all works well. So ciao. Hope you're hopeful.